Hi lovelies, welcome to my life and tarot. This is hashtag 31 days of tarot by Ethony, and I will leave her initial video or the day one down below with the prompts or the questions for each day link to her page. So this is the last section of my bulk days and the day 27 until 31. So as I glanced quickly over the questions, this is the most, I think, hardest part of the questions so far that have been throughout the month that I'm having here. So let's just jump right in. The days 27. Share your first professional reading experience either as a reader or seeker. I think I haven't been a seeker per se. I haven't ever paid for a tarot reading ever. No need for this so far. So first professional tarot, and it was not a tarot. I'm not sure if I can share it because my first professional reading was with playing cards. I used those for many years before I got into the tarot. So the first professional reading experience was on a medieval crafts fair thing. I was like participating in, and I read some cards. Actually we went with other things, but the cards were like with me and I played with them, and someone who was passing asked if they could get a reading and how much was it, and then I had to quickly think of the price and what they wanted to know, and this was like out of the blue. I had read for like people before that I didn't know that well, but they were still somewhat someone's friends or something, so complete stranger off the street, so to speak, was my first time. And so how it went well. They got their answer. They were surprised that someone can see something they wanted to know or read a deck of playing cards. I must add, this is not at all popular in my country. These things are usually like done in privacy, and craft fairs reading is not a thing around here. So far, for the 7 years, I have been the only one, and I have been on and taking part of all the larger craft fair and fairs that we have here, and never have I ever seen anyone reading cards on the craft fair. So people are not used to it, and people are not used to professional tarot readers around here. We have actually a few people that who do this only, and most of them are not advertising themselves. I haven't seen much, so I don't know where they work and how they get their, so to speak, work. But to call it professional, coming back to my experience, so it wasn't because I didn't get professional and I am not till today like professional tarot reader, because I do other things that create my income, and it is not a tarot reading that does that. So literally professional reading is like that this is my only income. But if it's meant that me as a professional reader, like experienced reader doing a reading, then this fair one was the one that was first paying reading for me. So, number 28. Share one celebrity that you would refuse to read for, no matter how much they pay you, and why. I have no answer for this one, because I can't imagine who I would refuse to read for as a celebrity. There's nothing, I got nothing, so I say bring it on. I don't have anything against anyone, so no is the answer. I have no one to mention who I would refuse to read, celebrity or non-celebrity. I say ask a question and let's see what cards are telling us. So, number 29. What are your beliefs around the mechanics of a reading? How do you think it works? Is it your subconscious, higher self, or spirit? Oh, this is one interesting question, and I want to stray a little bit from there by telling a story of how we ourselves influence the things, including the tarot cards around us. So while we are shuffling the cards or dealing the cards, so to speak, we are asking a question. So we are throwing the question out there, and the more precise it is, usually the more precise will be the answer that the cards give. So related to that, I want to tell the story of how I wrote a little, I have this wish jar thing that I write on a piece of paper a wish that I want to come true, or thing that I want to receive, or thing that I want to accomplish, and I scroll it up and I tie it up with a red yarn and I put it in the jar. And every end of the year I go through my wish list and see how many things have been realizing, how many of those wishes have came true. So by writing those wishes and putting them into the jar, it is like I am asking a question from a cards, right? This is how it's related. And I am telling you how important it is to ask a specific question or go into details when you're asking something from wherever these things come from. Be it universe that provides, be it the universal or the collective memory, I cannot say where they come from, but we influence these things by asking the question. The answer we will get accordingly. So the thing that happened with my wish things, I have noticed the more precise your wish is, the better. Because if I am vaguely hinting what I wrote on the paper and what I got, so the thing that I wrote on the paper was, I want to have a land or piece of land nearby the body of water and forest, and with a big garden area. And going through my wishes and opening them and seeing how many of them came true or realized, then I looked at my wishes and I laughed so hard because 85% of my wishes realized or came true precisely as I wrote them. As I wanted a garden and near a body of water, the land that we just purchased is exactly what I wrote on the paper. But I didn't specify if the garden would need a lot of work before it can become a garden, because the land has old house like remnants on it, and old garden. All the trees are too old to use. All the apple trees are like so wild already that they have to come down. They doesn't give any apples. All the other the berry bushes in there are like out of hand. Not sure if they can maintain to become something they were supposed to be, or everything has to come down and be created new. So I asked the garden, I got the garden, but abandoned one. I asked for a body of water. I got the body of water, but it is a stream, like small. And in my head I thought a lake or the something you can go and walk on the shore thing. So it came true, but I didn't have the specifics down. And how it's even related to the tarot and where it comes from, this is how it's related. Ask specific questions. I put it on the jar, in the jar, and I got this, and I got most of the things I wished for, but exactly how I wished for. And I didn't specify if I wanted something which is already like ready for use, or do I have to work on it to be able to use it. So this information, I put it out there and I got it. So I'm not aware of where it comes from. Does it even matter? The point is, it comes from somewhere and it works. So this is the only thing I'm concerned about, how to get it better work for me and for my clients, for my people that learn. For my pupils is the right word, I think. So for me it's not important where exactly it comes from, but this how I can make this work better for me and the ones that surround me. Okay. Number 30. What is the most culturally inclusive tech you own? No. This is a slippery slope to go on, and I don't really care, to be honest. People are talking about whitewashing something, and let's look at the where the texts came from and how they were, what surroundings and cultures they came from. I would leave those topics alone. Just this is creating not a discussion, not a healthy discussion, but this creates war, and I'm pro anything that pro is not the word. I'm against anything that creates. I don't care, and I really don't care. I don't look at what's color and how long is the tail. I really don't care. For me, let me show you. The most culturally inclusive tech I own is the tarot of the theater dolls. And the tarot of the magical forest. I can go on and on. The Hidden Moon. Absolutely culturally inclusive. So this is my answer. Just no. It's about time that people get off from that labeling train and actually like enjoy things and don't overthink it. So number 31 is the what are your favorite tarot apps? Do you work with them? On what platforms? Smartphone, tablet? Not using any apps. I used something during summertime when at the beach and you know when the weather was like gorgeous and we were moving around a lot, and you can't take the decks anywhere because I don't have any decks that I don't care about getting wet or damaged. And then I used the app, which was free app by the something dog, and I was using it on my phone to just in case, but I think I had the app about a month and then I deleted it and never looked back. I don't use apps, I use cards, and I thought I would have an emergency need to look at, but I never used it. But it was beautiful. It had a lot of decks in it. I can't remember the name of the apps, sorry, but it had quite many decks to select from it to read with or to go through with, but I'm not sure if there were any explanations too. I think there was. This is the only free app by the Blue Dog. Was it something dog that has many paid or the paid apps, not paid. What's the word? Well, the apps that you pay for. And I think this was the only free one, and yeah, that was I using. I already told everything. So this is the last day, or the 31st 31st day of the hashtag 31 days of tarot, and it was fun while it lasted. The end was a little bit not criticizing, but my feelings. The end went a little bit off for my liking, but controversy is the name, and I appreciate that I can find some things that I can say I'm not so keen. And some of those last questions were like, why are they here? So, but everyone has a right to ask whatever they want, and my right is not to answer if I don't feel like it. So, this was my journey on the 31 days of tarot. While you are watching it, this is a preset upload. I am not here. I am having a wonderful vacation somewhere on the island of Canary or what is this even called? I don't know. So the last videos I'm putting on automated upload, so or the yes, automated upload is the right word. So thank you for watching. I talk too much and I am partially sorry for it, but talking so much helps me to better my English also, so I just speak and think at the same time, which is getting me on a better English position, at least I think. And even that is not important. Thank you for watching, and thank you for bearing with me, because I'm sometimes hard to bear. Okay, thank you for watching and have a beautiful, beautiful end of the January. Bye.